LA.
All right, everyone. I was watching a Kevin Samuel show. This really hit me at home quite a bit. Watching this young woman here was really sad because just hearing her, she has no idea what she's doing and how she's ruining her life. Some would say, yeah, it's her decision and everything. While, of course, it's her decision. You're free to ruin your life all you want, except it's just so sad because women like her would get old, increasingly bitter, stubborn, and then at some point they're going to reject any and all constructive feedback. But let's take a look. You be the judge.
Alex, what's
Out
up,
of
baby?
LA.
Hello. Okay, how old are you?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
25.
It sounds like you have YouTube playing in the background.
I don't. I only have you.
Okay.
Is there still that echo?
We'll try to go with it.
All right.
Turn it down a little bit. We'll try to go with it. So,
Okay. Let's,
how was this shock? Was this shocking?
no, not at all.
Really? It
No.
wasn't. None of this was new
Uh,
information to you.
no. It's not.
Are
It's
you
not.
married?
And just hearing that laugh, it's such a nervous laugh. When I hear that, I know she knows that she's in a lot of trouble because her mind is just chaotic. But let's take a look.
New
Married? Are
information.
you married? Are you single? What?
I'm not married. I'm single.
Okay. Gloria, go ahead and come in. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Samuels. I'm good.
Good. So, how old are you?
I'm 38.
38. So, how goes it? Was this shocking? Was this new news, new information?
Um, Not really.
Did you
It's
know how deep your pool was?
actually, yeah.
And that's a good point. So I've always said this. Um, there's a lot of varying factors involved with men and women. There's just not enough decent men out here. And if you really crunch the numbers down, there are way more women in the US than there are men. Women outnumber men by millions. But women, they don't live like that. Men are finite.
Yes, because once upon a time I was a single mother,
Uh-huh.
and I knew that I didn't really have a lot of options. So I pursued a gentleman, and we later got married.
Okay. Cool. You're married now?
Yes, I've been married for almost 4 years.
Cool. Any children?
Yes, I have a 13-year-old son.
Okay. So, Elaine, coming back to
Yes.
you. Do you want to get married one day?
I don't.
Huh? You don't?
I don't.
You
No.
want children?
No.
Okay. So,
And it's really interesting because hearing a young woman like that say they don't want to get married, they don't want to have children, what I'm seeing is just a woman that's chaotic. And it's sad because she has no idea really what the world is like.
what brings you to the broadcasting?
I'm honestly you. I discovered you a couple weeks ago, and I just think you are one of the most fascinating people. I've had the pleasure to snoop around your videos and sort of discover what your philosophy is about women. And honestly, as a person who doesn't want to get married or have kids, I've been trying to see if your belief system has any place in my.
And when she says things like that, your belief system, what she's doing is she's deflecting. It's not just Kevin Samuel's belief system, but she wants to paint that persona. It's all an area of deflection, that's all.
My life, and if whether I can really use any of that to my advantage. I wouldn't say necessarily that I'm looking for a high value man. I think that your definition of that is very stringent. Um,
Okay, so if she's not looking for a high value man, what is she looking for? Because high value man equates security and protection. If she's not looking for that, why be involved with the Kevin Samuel show? Go elsewhere. Go to Steve Harvey. Go to Wendy Williams. Go to Ricky Lake if she's still around. Ellen DeGeneres, something. But why are you here on Kevin Samuel show if this is not what you want? I just don't get it.
However, I will say that people that are on trajectory to be in that position, I have come into contact with throughout my life as a young adult woman, and um, I I feel kind of bad for some of the women that come on this channel looking for guys like that because after encountering so many of them, not ballers and entertainers, but people that go on to
Right, because they're just falling out of the skies. They're all over the place. She can't get enough of them. She has all of the options in the world because her face is way underwater. I mean, she's just submerged with just to pull them in.
be investment bankers at JP Morgan or people that are, you know, making north of 150 working at Microsoft, they aren't really all that special, you know, when you take away the money factor from the
But that's what I don't understand. Special in what sense? What are you looking for? That makes no sense.
they're not really
Okay, okay,
giving.
okay. Hold on, hold on. Now we're gonna have
Yeah.
a problem. You say they're not all that special. Now they're all women.
Ooh,
Yeah, I agree.
So why should the men have to be special if y'all aren't? They're just people.
excellent point, Kevin Samuels. Excellent point. Look, she's thinking now. She don't know what to say.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. People come on the show and they seem
Mm-mm.
to be
No, hold on, hold on,
there's this idea.
hold on, hold
Yeah.
on, hold on, hold on. You can have your opinion, but
Mhm.
careful because people can have their opinion about you too. Are you don't want to get married? You don't want to have children. Are you going to be able to take care of yourself through your end years, through your income?
You know,
Did you go to
hopefully
college? Did you go to college?
I did. Yeah,
Did you graduate?
I did. Yeah.
What's your degree?
Well, I went and got my bachelor's, and I got that in neuroscience,
Did you get a
and now I
master's?
have a master's
Yeah,
in
of course
public
you
health.
did.
Okay.
I'm a PhD.
Um,
Well, it's
at the
master's.
top of your career, how much
Yeah,
do
you're
you
missing a
expect to make
point though.
annually?
I know some people that do make
I know some people. I know some people. We all know people, right?
somewhere around 300. Some folks make more,
Yeah, I know some people. 3, 4, 5, 600,000, and I'm part of it all.
depending on if the directors of independent
So
firms.
by the time you're 65 years old, will you have your $2.4 million cash to retire on?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So sure of herself. Most people don't.
Then that's fine. If you have your 2.4 million to retire on, then you don't need anybody. But presumably, if you live a reasonably healthy life, but depending upon your health, you may need much more than that for in-home care and all the other kind of stuff. Most people,
Absolutely.
the Western world is not set up for individuals to live their entire
Well,
life.
America. Sorry,
I
don't mean
said
to
the
interrupt.
Western world.
And to clarify, the Western world can consist of America, the UK, Canada. This is what Kevin is referring to.
America is not just the West. It's not set up in Canada. It's not Canada. It's not set up in Korea, Japan, the UK.
Well, I wouldn't consider Korea and Japan the Western world.
Democracy.
Okay.
Where in the world is it set up for individuals to live life to the end of days on average income?
You know, I'm not super familiar with
It's
elder
not.
care.
It's not. It's not because it's a payer system. And see, the problem is if most women earn less than men because they choose professions that are different.
Hmm.
So if you're not going to have a man in your life,
And that's a big point. Most of the time, women, you know, while they're free to pick and choose whatever they want, they oftentimes pick degrees in humanities and things that follow in humanities, therapists and things like that. So that's a good point.
fine. But you need to make as much as you're going, as much as a man plus some, because someone's going to have to take care of you in your age years. And you won't be extended family, you won't be your children, and the damn sure can't be the government, because that's just other people. So
And that's another huge point because a lot of women don't understand the importance of having a man and a security behind it, and they would rather pick measly government benefits instead of having a man and being helped and partnered with a man. Why is it that they can't just go into cooperation with a man? Why is it that men are evil? I don't get it.
so conversely, when you say, you know, men that are a certain caliber or a certain income aren't that special, why should they have to be special? They just have to be men.
Well, I guess that kind of goes into what I've kind of taken away from your shows and your programs. It's
Oh, so now she's going into her emotional outburst. So it's what she took emotionally from it. Because remember, feelings and emotions, they always trump logic and facts and the data and the statistics, right? Because that's the world we're living in.
um, I think what you're trying to do is advocate for people to find people on their level, right? And I absolutely agree with that.
And no, for the record, that's not what Kevin Samuels do. Uh, on the contrary, he tells people to be reasonable and realistic, not finding people on their level.
10,000%. But I do think that there's a narrative being pushed that because a man has money, and I think you agree with this, that they're going to be of a caliber in other areas of
No, it
their
doesn't.
life. And like you're
No, it
saying, like they're
doesn't.
just
No, it
going to
doesn't.
be
No, it
men.
doesn't. No, it
That,
doesn't. No, it doesn't. I do not do that. No, it doesn't.
okay.
I don't. I don't. No. See, that's bullshit.
Oh.
If you, what do I? What? Okay, you say what I define as a high value man. What does that mean? You know, what do I define
Uh,
as a high value man?
okay. Well, first you say that somebody who's been making a certain income, I think it's usually, um, I don't know if you have a specific number. I don't remember if you have a specific number. I feel like it changes. But usually above six figures, they've been doing that for 2 to 3 years consistently, and usually men that are below 30 don't qualify as high value men. Additionally, these are supposed to be men that have character and ethics and morals. I think you have like a DIME acronym, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
incorrect. Um, Clearly, I don't remember all that it stands for. But additionally, you say that high value.
You know, I'm just going to be honest. A woman like her would be so annoying to be in a relationship with. Why bother? Why bother? Guys, if you're in a relationship with a woman like this, kick her ass to the curb. Seriously. She would annoy the hell out of you. I'm getting annoyed just paying attention and trying to keep up with this chick. She's all over the place.
Men have options. They're looking for a young woman who's beautiful, who's willing to be
And I've never said
submissible.
Yeah. Is that a problem? Oh.
anything about a young woman.
No?
No. See, what you've shown
Oh,
is you don't.
sorry.
You
A
mixing a.
beautiful
Okay,
woman.
man. What I say,
Hmm.
what other people say, are two different things. A high value man is not my definition. I didn't make up the term high value man, and I didn't come up with six figures. Women came up with that number back in 1985. That's what women said they wanted. I mean,
And let's just face it. We live in an era where women are not going to take a guy that makes small amounts of money. If that's the case, you have a lot of single men working at McDonald's, Burger King, Uber, Lyft drivers, barely scraping by. A lot of these men are single, but all of these men hold and they try to build for themselves. These women are passing up these guys, but these women, they're aiming for the top 9% of men. These are the men that make six figures. These are men that are, 5'11", 6 foot tall or taller. Things that women polled, they said that was the most important. So,
Man who's making six figures, $10,000 a month or more, Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, Austin dollars, adjusted for your cost of living. He's been making it for 3 to 5 years. He has a network of high value men and other people. High value men recognize him as a peer. He's doing something that's at LinkedIn level, a level of visibility, and he's useful to others in a group. So I think men like that are highly useful and highly effective anywhere you put them.
Oh, absolutely.
So when you say they're not all that
But
special,
actually,
they
let
are
me caveat.
special.
When
They
you say
are,
highly
they
useful,
are,
who
they are.
expected?
see, the thing is, they're not special to her because through this whole, as Kevin refers to it as, magical manifestation or manifestation madness, the world's most perfect guy is gonna come from the heavens and swoop down and swoop her off her feet. He's gonna be anything and everything she could ever ask for. And she's just waiting. But the issue with this woman is, for one, she doesn't want to be married. For two, she doesn't want to have kids. What more is there? Why even deal with her? Because men, specifically a man of a certain caliber and pedigree, he's not going to want to deal with her. He's going to want a woman that's going to want to have children and that's going to want to be married. Not deal with a yappy little chihuahua woman that's all tossing her word salad all over the place. Like, come on, give me a break. This woman is out of her goddamn mind. But let's continue.
They are special because they are extremely useful and valuable.
Okay. In what capacity exactly?
Because they're useful.
And this is a huge point. She has no idea how men can benefit her in her life. Because women like her were told that men are trash, stay away from them. Girl, go to school, go get your education. You don't need no man. You can do all bad by yourself. Listen to her. But this is going to sound messed up, but women like her, they belong where they are. All what's missing is a small dog or a cat.
No, like as partners, as community leaders, as
I don't
people in the
care.
workforce.
That's the problem. They're useful to others in the group. They outperform their reach. They do more than just themselves. That's what increases their value. You know who determines their value? The rest of the world. The rest of the world says these men are more valuable than those men. That doesn't mean you have to like them. That doesn't mean they have to tickle your fancy.
And that's another thing. That's a good point. Because one of the other things that I did notice in a lot of modern day women is they want a man that can make them happy. Just unrelenting happiness, right? Just happiness, happiness, happiness. Doesn't exist, right? But some take it a step further of not only do you have to make them happy, and it should be a continuous stream of happiness, but you better make them laugh because they love to laugh. So they're looking for a comedian.
That means they got to be special. And honestly, I prefer a world where men didn't have to be so damn special, when men could just be men. That's probably the problem today. You ladies want men to be everything plus high value and everything else and this and that. And y'all ain't that.
I think women do try to be that, though.
No, they don't. Really, if they did, then why are men? Really?
And what bugs me is she's talking like she has a lot of experience. She's just regurgitating with her mom and what her aunt and what her cousins and what her other single friends are probably feeding her. And they're just giving her just so much false information, and she's ruining her life. And it's unfortunate we have young, beautiful women like this who are just going down a destructive path, and it's ruining our culture and it's ruining our ethnic image.
Justify that by the women who are complaining about the state of dating and relationships, and judge that based on the very men that these women say they want and what these men are asking for and what they're getting.
Are you basing that solely on the people that come onto your show, or
Ma'am,
because I feel like when
due respect,
I feel
ma'am,
like the women that
do
come
you
onto your
think I
show
just,
typically
I mean, are you being
Mhm.
silly? Are you being, I mean, 52 years old and I've been around a hell of a lot longer than this show. This show is not a cross section of my life. It's a show. But in my day to day, anyway, how long have you been watching my program?
A couple of weeks, but I've been
Okay, well,
binging.
you're
It's
really not really
been
that
weeks.
qualified to talk about it, honestly.
Okay.
Because
But
you don't.
I haven't just been watching the shows that you've put out in the last couple of weeks.
Well,
I've
if
been
you know
looking at
anything
your
about who I
Instagram
am,
for
you would
the
know
last
better. If you know anything about
year or
who
two.
I am, if you know anything about who I am, you would know this show is more than just that. But at the end of the day, my exception with you is when you came in and started talking about men at this level, they're not all that special. Neither, and why should they be? Women at that level aren't that special either. Why does anybody have to be special? Disney.
I think being
Yep, and
special.
that's what it is right there. He made a good point. All he has to do is just say that one word, Disney. A lot of women are chasing these Disney fairy tales that just don't exist. Again, that goes back to what I said earlier about the magical manifestation or the manifestation madness.
Well, maybe that wasn't. I don't know if I used that word. But
But now she's trying to retract what she said and walk it back.
I think it just
It
means
wasn't a
that.
positive thing to say about men.
Okay, I'll say that it wasn't the nicest thing
Okay.
Then
to
why the
say.
fuck would you come over here and say that?
Why would I come up? Because I feel
Yes,
like
why would you come on the men?
I feel like no one cares about what you feel like, okay? And that's what I was saying before. You got feelings and emotions. And according to women, a lot of modern era women, feelings and emotions trump logic and data and statistics and facts.
Men show and say the men aren't special and expect me just to
is it a
allow
men's
that
show
shit to
because you
slide.
always open it up to women. So I feel like
Well,
your
that's
demographic.
Yes, my dear, he does open it up to women. And there's a lot of women that come and appreciate his show because they want the advice, because they want to change their ways. That's why he opens it up to help them. Is that a problem?
I
But
actually
why
don't
would
know
you
what
come
you're
over to a
that.
men's show and say the men aren't special? Why would you come on to a men's
Mhm.
show and say men aren't special when you don't even want a man?
I'm saying they inherently aren't special because they have money. I'm saying that the character of the
No, when a man has money, he's special. Otherwise, women that are on the cover of Cosmopolitan magazine and GQ and all of this other stuff, these models and all of that, they wouldn't be going after rich men. I mean, look at Trump's wife and all of this other stuff, right? Really pretty women, they could move about the world a lot different. Do you not understand that? Pretty men could, or excuse me, pretty women can get men of a high caliber and a high socioeconomic status. So
like
Why
you
does
can
it?
find a person with
Let me ask you
quality
this, man.
character. You're not making
Why
that kind
why
of
does it matter to you anyway if you don't want a husband or children? What does it matter if men are special?
Oh, because I still intend to date, and so
So, in other words, she intends to date and waste men time and give men false hope and basically go on dates with men, rack up a hefty bill, be like, all right, that was good. See you later. It's called sneating. 1 out of 3 women admitted to doing it.
because I still intend to date,
She shows all of the traits of it.
it's nice to find people that are on my level that
On her level. Oh, this one is a peach.
Your level, what
uh,
does that mean? Pretentious?
sorry,
What does that mean?
who have
This woman should be ashamed of herself coming up acting like that. That's a goddamn shame.
similar interests, similar education
I'm a
background,
PhD.
similar qualities.
Similar. But then what if you encounter a man that's way above anything you have? So that means that you are then not qualified because we're using your logic. Similar, right? But if you encounter a man that's way far and above what you're bringing, then you don't qualify. So this man could be everything and more and have the whole Drake look and everything. And you're going to want him bad. But at that point, you won't qualify. But then we all know that women like you are going to shame him.
What was your longest relationship?
It was like 18 months, somewhere around there.
How long ago was that?
That was in college, so I give that like 4. It ended around 4 years ago.
Okay. So you just plan on dating?
Yeah.
Just dating, just out here riding the cock carousel, having fun, having the time of my life, racking up bodies, racking up penises.
And I wanted to sort of also pick your brain
Just
about
dating,
that.
just dating. That's fine. That's a modern lifestyle, as long as you don't make children. But enjoy. But then you don't need anybody other than just to have fun with. Why do they need to be on a certain level if you're not going to really do anything other than if you're not going to partner with anybody long term, if you're just going to date?
Oh, because dating is a wonderful experience. You get to learn
Really?
about.
Oh, dating is a wonderful experience. I get to use people's money. Fuck out of here. Oh, excuse my French. I don't mean to curse. I know you can't fucking curse. Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh. Carry on.
Someone else.
How old are you? How old are you again? How old are you again?
25.
Yeah, you sound like a fool.
Wait till
Wait till you're 40 years old. I want you to go poll 40-year-old women to see how wonderful dating is.
That is why I wanted to ask you, like, what is the dating scene for older women? Because it sounds like when they go
Human beings
out,
are-
from what
women-
I've seen on your show, which is
Okay.
also
So she's looking forward to waiting until she's older to date? Because she's super curious about that.
Then you need to listen.
sorry.
See, this is why therapy is so goddamn important. So important.
No one, the human beings are there shouldn't be a dating scene over 40. That's not how it's, young lady. Human beings are usually meant to couple up. If you look at how countries are organized, I just said, how are you going to pay for yourself after retirement? If you know you're going to make enough money to cover all of your needs to the end of days, that puts you in an infinitesimally small group of people. This world is set up for a man, woman, get together, children, benefit, state, grow. It's not meant for individual here to live life as single.
And that's a really good point. You could visit blackdemographics.com and you could see how the black families have plummeted from present day just a couple of decades back. I mean, just in the 1950s and 60s, black families, we were in the 80 percentile. But, as time went by, black families just started to plummet. And it's sad.
People not reproduce, take your resources, die. The world dies that way. It's not set
Can
up.
I ask a question though?
You can listen.
I don't think
You can listen because your age after 25, the social scene dries up. The ability to date becomes extremely concentrated and shrinks. If you were watching the lady who I had on here earlier, 27 years old, she can't find anyone to date because she didn't go to college. There is no effective dating scene at 40 years old.
Okay, so then, but I don't think fear of, like, I don't think having a family just so I could potentially have someone who's going to cater to me is reason enough. Like, I work.
I don't care.
And
You asked about the
I
dating
work
scene.
with
The
people that are
bottom
authentic
line
or
is, ma'am,
Medicaid,
it doesn't
and so
matter.
many of them.
Ma'am,
I'm sorry,
it
Mr.
doesn't,
Samus, can I get my point across, please? I am talking.
I don't get that.
Whoa. This woman is out of her mind. I am talking.
Come over here with that shit. You can talk all you want to. This is my show. If I want to overtalk you, I'll overtalk you. Nobody wants to hear what a 25-year-old with an opinion has to say. What the fuck you think that applies?
Guys, if you ever see this woman, if you ever see a woman like this, avoid her at all costs. She is trouble.
It's good that you plan to be by yourself.
No shit. But guys, I'm gonna wrap that up. Thanks for watching. It's been fun. This was really interesting, very insightful. Till the next time, be sure to like, subscribe. Be sure to hit that notification bell. I'm gonna be posting more reaction videos. I'm really excited about it. You see, I got my cool little setup here. So stay tuned. I'm gonna be responding to a lot of other cool, interesting stuff. So until then, blockchain out.